offseason?
It was good. Yeah, I got married. It's back in Georgia, but it's good to be back. Yeah.
How does it feel year two now, like being back here? It looks like you're, well, from seeing, it looks like you're in the front of some of the drills. You feel like you're more of a leader now?
I would say I'm trying to step more into that role and be a leader, especially for the young guys coming in, just showing them what it's about. I had guys last year that did that for me. You know, Josh, DJ, Q, even though they were just 1 year above me, they had been through it. So I feel like I know what to expect a little bit more this year. So just trying to pass that knowledge down to everybody else.
You and Trey talked a lot. Like, when did you meet him?
Yeah, just like when he had got here, congratulate him on getting drafted. Like, hey, let's get to work. And he's been, with an open mindset, like eager to learn. You see him out there working, so he's gonna be a help for us this year for sure.
What have you worked on in the offseason, or like when you look back at last year, things you want to be better at, things you want to grow on this year?
Yeah. First of all, I was banged up a little bit last year, so it was just get my body healthy, get back right, get everything situated, feeling good, and then after that, I was just building a good foundation. Going into the season. It was like my first true off season, not just like going straight into stuff. So I got to kind of work at my own pace and build my body back up how I wanted it to. So I was getting healthy from that standpoint, and then just building a good foundation so I can maintain it throughout the year.
Did you try and add any mass or anything like that in the offseason?
Yeah, I mean, try to reduce fat, gain more muscle. Not too much of I need to put on 10 pounds, but just build my body the right way. Maybe if I just gain a couple more pounds in muscle and lose it in fat, that's good for me. I know my game. My game's my speed, my quickness, so I don't want to do anything to jeopardize that. But yeah, I mean, obviously if I can get stronger, faster, I'm going to do that for sure.
How close did that first year go to what you expected? I know you said you had a goal of 1,000 and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you exceed your expectations?
I feel like I've kind of said it, I try not to put expectations on myself. So obviously I wanted 1,000, wanted to go out and score however many touchdowns or whatever. But at the end of the day, it was just do my job and all that'll take care of itself. So I feel like I had a good first year to build on and then just keep stacking them from there.
You said that you don't want to put expectations on yourself, that there's going to be expectations on you now.
Yeah.
How do you handle that? How do you foresee handling that extra?
Just tunnel vision. Just, put the blinders on and just, keep looking ahead. I'm going to have good days. I'm going to have bad days. So don't get too high. Don't get too low. I'm just playing my game. I feel like that's how I've always approached it since I've been younger, and it's worked out for me. So I'm just going to keep doing that.
What's it been like to be around Mike Williams?
Yeah, Mike's a great dude. I heard such great things about him. Then he got here, and you realize why people talk so highly of him. Heck of a player, catches everything. So great addition to our team.
Bunch of new receivers in the room this year. Obviously, Mike, DeAndre, Trey, guys that will play on the outside.
Yeah.
What do you think having more weapons on the outside will do for you, in the slot in terms of how defenses?
Yeah, I mean, not just for me, but for the whole team. I feel like it just opens everything up. People can respect the deep ball, and then we got great running backs. We're so deep at that position. So they're gonna try to come up, have to respect the play action. And I think that's, really what we want to build is an all-around team. Can throw it deep, throw it short, run the ball, do a little bit of everything. And I feel like, the additions that we added this offseason helped us get to that point.
As you, reflected on last season, what did you learn sort of in the second half of the year after you sort of improved yourself and defenses started paying a lot more attention to you? What did you sort of learn in the second half of the year about yourself?
I think I just got more comfortable with it. Just going out and playing my game and playing fast. That's my big thing is when you're thinking, you're playing slow. So I just wanted to speed through the defense and then just kind of let it unfold. And I feel like I got, that's something I'd worked on, all training camp into the season. Then it kind of came to fruition at the end.
Talk about kind of your body and the way you wanted to adjust. Just sort of, there were a couple games where you had a lot of targets, a lot of catches, a lot of hits. Just what did you kind of maybe take away from that? Just how to preserve yourself so you can, stay as healthy. Is there anything in particular that you wanted to do?
I'm never going to complain about getting a lot of targets and balls thrown my way. So, no, keep it coming. But for me, it's just I feel like there's an art to falling down. It's don't you want to obviously, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like just don't let them, like, it's going to sound weird, like don't let them land on top of you every single time when they're tackling you. Like, work to, different angles, don't take any direct hits. And obviously there's times like third down, it's like I got to do what I got to do to get the first down. I'm always going to do that. But just being smart within the game.
You kind of walked me to it then, because there, saw a handful of plays where it was clear the play was about to end, but you would get down.
Yeah.
Is that something that you kind of came to realize? Is it something you worked on with Sanjay, with your coaches? Like, how did that all kind of come about?
I feel like it's kind of something we had all talked about. There for a little bit, I had a little shoulder injury, and it was just, at that point, I wanted to be out there, and I was going to do everything I could. So if that was sacrificing a little bit of, yak after the catch, then it is what it is. Like, I'm going to go out and make plays and do my thing, but be smart about it. And I was going to do anything I could to stay in the game and, be available.
In terms of the targets, you hit it off pretty quickly with Justin. Where's your guys' rapport at right now?
Yeah, I feel like it's good. Obviously, it's early in OTAs, but I feel like we're building something strong and just kind of adding on top of what we did last year, and hopefully, it just continues to build throughout the season, or I guess through training camp and then the season.
Getting Mike into the room, what's the biggest thing you think he adds to this team?
Just like his catch radius. I've seen it just watching his highlights. Geez, that was crazy. So, and he's been around. He brings knowledge to the room. He's played in this league and he's played at a high level. So any knowledge I can gain off him, I'm gonna take it.
It's still early, but is there anything specific that you've picked his brain about or that he's talked to you about? Because when we talked to him, he was really complimentary about this rookie season you had, and he was really excited to work with you too.
Right now it's just he's kind of coming in. We had a new playbook, and I know he's a vet, but I've been in the offense, so just feeding off each other, and then really in our routes, he does things different than I do things different than he does. So it's not like, oh, he's trying to get me to run routes how he does. I'm not trying to get him to run them how I do, but we're just talking about it and filling each other out and figuring out what works for me and what works for him. So he's just a guy that you can just come to and talk, and he's always positive, and it's been great.
You mentioned the art of falling down. Is that something that you can watch on film from players that are similar to you, similar size? Is that something you can glean off watching other guys?
Yeah, you can watch stuff. Really, I know a lot of people, compare me to just a slot receiver or whatever, but Julian Edelman does a great job of falling forward and getting some extra yards. And he would run through people too, but he had an art. I've watched a cut up of him catching, puncturing in zone and just getting a couple extra yards, maybe diving forward and just falling forward and not taking a direct hit, but still gaining those yards.
Do you watch?
Yeah. They coach got me a cut up to watch him, so it was cool.
How's your relationship with Quentin kind of grown? You two are two receivers that are coming back this year.
Yeah, Q's my guy. Heck of a player, but even better person. Some of the stuff that he can do on the field, his athletic ability, he's a freak of nature. So I expect, the sky's the limit for Q.
Did you see what I think we asked Mike about something if he was going to mentor you, and he said you might need to mentor him because he had the worst season or something. Did you see that?
I saw maybe a little part of it. I couldn't exactly remember what it was, but no, I'm taking everything I can get from Mike.
Just last one for me, sorry. What do you take away? Daniel was talking about playing in the slot outside. We have more outside receivers now on the roster. Just kind of your experience in the slot outside, how you felt each of those spots, and just kind of playing all over.
Yeah, I feel good. I just want to be on the field at the end of the day, whether that's outside, inside, 11 personnel, 12 personnel, whatever. I just want to be out there, be able to make plays. So I know my coaches are going to put me in good positions, and I feel like they did a good job of that last year. So my job is just when they do that, can make the play. And, yeah, I'm comfortable with both, and, I expect to play inside and outside this year.
Last season, Ladd, you became one of Justin's favorite targets. And in your second season, how do you take that to even a higher level? Is something that you even discussed with him? Something that has happened organically? What's the next step?
The next step is you go back and watch film. There's times we might have missed a route, missed this, whatever. So it's just going back, and I feel like now we have a year to build off of. So it's okay, we did this last year. How are we going to approach it this year? So that's the biggest things. Like we've done it, and now it's did we do it good? Did we do it bad? And how do we build on that? So I guess it's more organic. You know, obviously we're both competitors, and we both want to go out and have a hell of a year and win football games. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like we're practicing, watching film, and then when the season comes, be ready for it.